I'll hopefully get that back to you tomorrow. All right, sure.
Call the meeting to order. We'll start with the prayer. Please rise.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for the council for voting to put us up front. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you to the city manager, and thank you for all the guests that are here. I am very pleased to be here tonight to present to the city a gift. And as I go through that, I think it'd be important a little bit to also focus on a little bit of some of what we may have done in the past. And I've got a little bit of a slideshow up in front of you, and that is the Ouellette Bridge, which the donor, the anonymous donor, would like to gift to the city. But I think, as folks know, it was back in May of 2018 we lit up the Cox Bridge, the Bridge Street Bridge, and that was such a success that it motivated the Ouellette Bridge to come forward to be lit up. For those of you aware of that, and I suspect many of you are, not only did that create an iconic image in the city of Lowell, it also, which was the wish of the donor, connected the downtown with Centerville. The foot traffic that increased on the bridge became exponential. The business on the Centerville side increased. The traffic in the Kerouac Park increased. Just the lighting in the this urban approval created a better environment and a better safety for all residents, and it was a great project for the city. And the Greater Lowell Community Foundation is extremely proud to be a part of that. That's what the bridge looked like before we lit it up. A little bit different walking over that bridge. That's what it looks like today. In a context which I think is important is the Waterways. The Lowell Waterways Vitality Initiative Action Plan is a project that started several years back, and the Greater Lowell Community Foundation is a key part of that. And not only was the Cox Bridge a key part of that, but also is the Ouellette Bridge. And just to speak a little bit on that, I'd like to invite Fred Faust to the podium to assist a little at that. Fred has been a key colleague in all of this, and there's lots of pieces that are going on in the city that you may well be aware of that are part of this action plan. So.
You just leave that slide up for a while.
Okay.
Leave that one up.
Okay, just tell me when.
Madam Manager, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, it's always great to come home to the City Council because of the unanimity of support that we've received, and it's really, really appreciated. This is really a project that's had a lot of partners and tremendous support. We haven't met one person yet who's been against it or thinks there's anything negative about it. So this is taking another step. And the great thing about Lowell is Lowell wouldn't be here without a plan. We've had a series of great plans. And as you'll see, as we just talk about the plan that was first initiated here in 2016, all the kinds of things that we've been talking about have manifested themselves, and it's been very rewarding to be involved. And acquiring partners such as Greater Lowell Community Foundation, National Park Service, and especially the City of Lowell is great. It's been a great achievement, and we've got a lot done together. So thank you for that. Next slide, Jay. And by the way, this is in 2016 when this plan was done. It has received since 2 awards, a regional and national award, and we're appreciative of that as well, and all of your support. And it was appropriate that that picture included the lower locks, because through the actions of the former mayor and the city manager and our present state senator, there was a meeting convened that is going to sort of map the future of the lower locks, which is one of the most important and beautiful resources that we have in the city of Lowell. And Senator Kennedy came through with an earmark in the last session of the legislature, and the governor has signed an appropriation for $200,000, which will get us started. This is a multi-million-dollar project to restore that, but we've got a lot of partners, and we've got great will to succeed. So again, thank you very much. The good thing about the Waterways is it impacts everyone. It impacts every ethnic group, it impacts everybody in the city, it impacts everyone who uses the downtown. And it's a story really about people and how people function and have functioned and their history. It's not some not some president's house, it's not some great industrialist. It's a story about people who have occupied and worked hard and made Lowell what it is. So the interesting thing is these 5 nodes that we picked out as part of the study, all of these things are happening. So if you look at each of these, Ecumenical Plaza has hosted Points of Light for the last 3 years. Lucy Larkham just recently, under the auspices of work of our former project manager, Chris Hayes, who we have unhappily contributed back to the city of Lowell. There was a Lowell High School arts event, and obviously the lower locks has been lit. I'm sorry, the Lucy Larkham has been lit. The Cox and Ouellette bridges, which Jay has referred to, the lower locks that we're working together on, and Hamilton Canal, which Senator Kennedy has signaled he would like to see some permanent lighting that would complement the efforts of the city and private development in that area, and we're committed to doing that. So again, we have amazing water resources that really rival any area of the country or in fact the world, and we're out to get them to be accessible, get people to enjoy them, and just make them super amenities for the city of Lowell. This really started out as a lighting project, and we've had some successes on that front as well. These are 2 projects you're familiar with, and these were initiated by, again, private owners, Eastern Salt and the lighting of the Firehouse Tower, and they are going to expand that lighting this year to the remainder of the building, and then the Old City Hall Enterprise Bank. We have 2 additional lighting grants that have been awarded. One is to Cobblestone's Restaurant that's been working with us on a lighting program. And again, that's very appropriate because it's in the Merrimack Canal Lighting District and again, complements what the city initiated. And what we're going to be pleased to be announcing a technical matching grant to the Hellenic Church, to the Holy Trinity Church. That will be matched by the church. And we have another anonymous donation, which is not the anonymous donation you think about, but a separate anonymous donor who is committed to lighting St. Patrick's. So our goal here in the next 2 years, so this would be potentially 2 Points of Lights events from now, would be to permanently light St. Patrick's and Holy Trinity. And those are, again, remarkable and beautiful assets that the city of Lowell has. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's been rewarding to be involved with this, especially with all the partnerships. Jay and I think, talk every day, maybe a couple times a day to forward these programs. So I salute Jay and the foundation as well. And again, thank you to everybody for all of your efforts.
Thank you, Fred. So the Ouellette Bridge. So when we started this project in very similarly as when we started the last project. It was all about how do we engage the folks that are going to be impacted by this. And I think it's important for the council to know that on the 7th of January, we met with the folks at Renaissance Condo, and we went over and did a presentation similar to this, but actually a little longer. And we also brought along the architect, and we had a wonderful discussion there. And there's a gentleman here that hopefully has the ability to come after me to speak to that. So if you can indulge me with that when I get finished through this. Also, I sent the letter that's in your packet to the manager. I've met with the DPW and I've met with the DPD. We've gone over the project plans and we've gone over the traffic plan. And I think what's important for everybody out there that's listening, and of course it's extremely important for the folks in this room too, this entire project does not cost 1 penny from the city, does not cost taxpayers 1 penny. This is 100% donor funded. And so I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled that we've got the opportunity to light this bridge, and this is an amazing bridge. It's funny, when we started the bridge, we figured, okay, we did the Cox Bridge, this one's gonna be easier. The Ouellette Bridge is a third longer than the Cox Bridge, so that created a few other complications. It's very interesting, and I'm sure everybody will be intrigued to know that this is the longest lenticular bridge surviving in the United States, and lenticular is the archway. And so the architect that we have that does this particular project also happens to head the architect school at Northeastern, and they talk about this bridge. This bridge is in the textbooks. It is a very interesting bridge, and the thing that's very interesting about this bridge is you contrast it with the Cox Bridge. If you look at the Cox Bridge, it's like a muscle man. It's a really rugged, sturdy bridge. This is not. This is the opposite of that. This is a delicate bridge. These are fine pieces that have been woven together. And what we're looking to do on this bridge, different than the other bridge, is the color of the lighting. But these are some very old pictures. And this is what the bridge looks like right now. And we flip through these. I don't want to take up so much of your time, but you can see how the lights, and the thing that's important with the lights here, the lights for the Cox Bridge were mounted up above and they shine down. The lights here are going to be mounted down below and they're going to shine up. And they will have patterns similar to that, and they will have the ability to be programmed. And we'll be working with a variety of different players to do all this, National Grid being one of them, and of course our team. And it will light things up like this in a really interesting way, and that's the sense of the reason the lighting is going to go up. You can get the sense as to the nuances of how this light just washes the different sides of the bridge. And I think that's a great picture as to how this could look. And I think one of the things that's interesting, and it was true for the Cox Bridge as it is here, is the team that we have for this particular project. The architect is Landing Studios, and he's the only individual that's not from Lowell, but he wants to be from Lowell. He's from Somerville. He's a great guy. He does a phenomenal job. We've got S&R Construction, who unfortunately increased their cost this year. They're the general contractor. They're charging us $2 this year, so they went up 100% from the time we did the project before, when it was at $1. Lowell Central Electric and Lowell Iron Works, again, Lowell folks, have significantly been really good on their pricing, so they're contributing. And Boston Light Source, which is also a Lowell connection that deals with the lighting contractor, Lumen Pulse, has likewise been extremely good in putting pricing together to make this project plausible. So I applaud all of them. I applaud the city for working with us on all the lighting projects that Fred mentioned, and I am very pleased to offer this project to the city as a gift, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.